Hey guys, it's JonTaun from Total Brohammer, and today I'm coming at you with the fourth match in Turin and mine. Best of 5 in the finals of Shadow Online Gaming's YouTuber tournament. So, we've got a little Beastman versus Tomb Kings action here, so let's get on to it. As you can see, I do have Kazrak, I do have him Vanguard deployed behind the Tomb Kings over here. So, I've got 3 Gorherd with shields in the back here, along with Kazrak the One-Eye, who is facing the wrong direction. I've got 2 Synagore with throwing axes, another Synagore with throwing axes over here, a group of Synagores with great weapons and regular Synagores on this flank, and on this flank a group of Chaos Warhounds with poison and the Sons of Goros. So a lot of Vanguard action going on here. Over here I've got a caster of Shadows, as well as the Korok's Men Reapers, and the Ungor Spearman Herd with shields. Now, Turin's got a very, very scary army for me here. He's actually got 4 carrions, so these guys are going to be great at dealing with my Synagores with throwing axes. I mean, we'll win in sustained combat, but they're just going to be able to hold them up for a long time. He also has 2 Nehekara horsemen, one right here and one right here. They are pretty good here, 28, 35, 38, so They'll do okay in melee combat, especially with the support of the Carrion for his front line, and this is where it gets really scary. He has 2 Tomb Scorpions and a Cambrian War Sphinx, as well as Argon the Black, so it's going to be real tough for us. As far as spells, what has he brought? So he has brought Aspect of the Dread Knight, confusingly enough since he has a ton of terror. He has a Spirit Leech, Doom and Darkness, and Soul White, so most of those really good. He also has the new and improved, or, well, I won't say improved. He has the new the Tomb Blade of Arkin, which actually spawns a larger unit of Skeleton Warriors. So, if you like fodder, then Arkin's your way to go. Besides that, he does indeed have a lot of fodder of 5 Skeleton Warriors, 2 Tomb Guard with halberds. But, yeah, it's a scary army. It's a scary army, for sure. So, it's going to get started pretty quick here, so let's get into it. So over here, I'm going to come in after these guys. I'm going to go ahead and try to get surround on these Nehekara horsemen and destroy them real quick. Got Kazrak moving up. What I should have done in hindsight is probably waited a little bit longer for these guys to get a little bit closer, because he's going to start turning around here. So I am going to gauge over here, but I am going to get a nice round with these Synagore throwing axes into the back of these Nehekara horsemen, which will hopefully be pretty good for me. As you see, I mismicroed Kazrak and completely get destroyed here. He's going to block off my retreat with the Skeleton Warriors, and Kazrak is already being destroyed. I'm trying to pull him through here, but he's not having a great time. So we've got some Gorherds getting in over here. He's going to be throwing the Synagores, throwing axes at the Cambrian War Sphinx as large thing, moving the Synagores into place. My infantry are coming in here. These Gorherds have entered combat. They'll do very well against, they'll do okay against Tomb Guard and all the Skeleton Warriors. Now right here, I'm going to get a really juicy Conundrum Pendulum right down this line here. Let's just look at the damage that gives us. So, now in hindsight, I definitely should have overcast that, but still, it does a ton of damage. Alright, so let's go ahead and put it in full gate here. I'm running with my other chariot here. As you can see, I finally got Kazrak out, and he's over here. I'm going to be popping all his buffs in. Got a quick rear charge on these Skeleton Warriors. Still dealing with all these Carrion and Nehekara horsemen over here. Just trying to charge around, get some good charges. Throwing all my axes into the Cambrian War Sphinx over here. My Synagores are going to come get some good charges on the rear of these Tomb Guard and Spearmen here. Surprisingly, these Gorherd with shield are lasting much longer than I thought. I see he spamming all his Synagores, sorry, all his Carrion after these Synagores to get them to stop throwing at the Cambrian War Sphinx, which is a good idea, but honestly they didn't do that much damage. Running off these Synagores, just cycle charging around. I'm going to send these Korok's Man Rippers after the Tomb Scorpion here, and the Spirit Leeches are absolutely destroying my lord here. Morkard definitely would have been a better choice here. However, he does land on me on my Synagore throwing axes, but then I get a nice round on him, so I'm going to take care of these Carrion fairly fast here, but not as fast as I would like. So over here, I have the Spearmen and the Gorherd have taken care of those skeletons, and now we're going to be surrounding this group over here, but these 2 Tomb Scorpions are in great health. Over here, it looks like Arkin the Black is chasing down my lord, but with all the cav around, I'm not actually going to be able to get away from Arkin the Black here. This is actually kind of a cool screenshot, if not very hard to see. Arkin's trying to, yeah, I mean, The chariot's not big enough to pull through some skeleton horsemen, so that's very unfortunate for me. He does indeed go down, despite me trying desperately to get him out here. So over here I have the Korx Man Rippers going after these Khmer War Sphinx, but I just can't get to it, honestly. So it's really rough for me. I decided to go back after the Tomb Scorpions. So over here we're still trying to do the cycle charge thing, trying to get down all these Netkar horsemen. We're finally getting down some of the carrion, so that's really good for us. The cycle charges are wild and rough. We did catch out this Tomb Scorpion, but the armor piercing Synagors just don't stand a chance against the Tomb Scorpion. It's too good, and honestly it's just way too cheap. So I do drop another Penundral Pendulum here, though Turin dodges a lot of it, but still doesn't do damage. All my Synagors have finally taken care of all the threats back there, and I'm going to have them coming up here and start doing rear charges on this blob again. So now it's degenerated into a blob. As you can see, I have my Vibration of Shadows just running around everywhere. He gets pushed through his own units. Man, those Tomb Scorpions should not be that cheap. I'm going to try to run into these Netkar horsemen, kind of get a sandwich right here, hopefully finish them off with my Synagors that are pretty good in melee. They'll also be throwing their axes the whole time. Just going to be charging all over the place, just trying to get rid of this infantry so I can start wearing down the Khmer War Sphinxes and whatnot. And as you see, the charges are doing just fantastic damage. As you see, he's dropping another Spirit Leech on my Lord. Spirit Leech, a really good choice. Now, Arkin the Black is on him as well, and I'm trying to pull him through, of course, but I'm going to have to run some interference for him, most likely. So I'm trying to cycle charge with the Synagors and the Sons of Goros over here to finish off these two Skeleton Warriors. That's the thing about fighting undead armies. And in truth, it was a pretty bad matchup for the Beastmen here. Tomb Kings are very good against them, and as you can see, although we're getting down the infantry, these constructs are in really good health. All of them's not even about 75% health, so I'm going to just keep on cycle charging, do what I can against them here. We are getting through the fodder fairly quickly, but Arkin the Black is going to be able to summon more, and these Tomb Scorpions are just too good against everything. As you can see, Arkin does indeed summon a whole nother unit of Skeleton Warriors here, so Tomb King's definitely one of the strongest factions in the game, I think, for sure. Alright, so we have our Synagors, throwing axes coming in here, trying to get rid of the Skeleton Warriors. I appreciate him in a while, just getting Spirit Leech like crazy, but he's still kicking. I'm just trying to get rid of all the infantry so I can easily start throwing axes at this Khmer War Sphinx, which I just popped a Melkoth Mystifying Miasma on. So I got some more Goherds incoming here. I'm pulling back any units that come back. There's the Sons of Goros, more Goherd over here. Here comes some Spearmen. And we're just trying to cycle charge away the infantry and then start throwing at those Tomb Scorpions. That's at least the plan here. But here comes another Yushati. The summons, as if the Beastmen didn't already have enough trouble. These Yushati summons are going to be a big problem for us. And look how much damage those Tomb Scorpions need to cost. Like, I'm serious, like 1,200 to 300. They're way too good for the price. Anyway, so we've taken care of all the infantry, but now he has these summoned Skeleton Warriors and Yushati, so those are going to be a big problem for us. We're just going to have to try and keep our Synagors and throwing axes away here, as all our infantry gets destroyed and terror-routed, and even our Synagors get destroyed and terror-routed. But at this point, y'all can pretty much tell what's going to happen here. He has a bunch of constructs left, and I have a very tattered Beastman army. And the leadership is not even going all the way back up. So if any of my guys actually gets close to any of this, it will actually terror-rout off. So that's not going to be great for me. Now he's going to be overextending with his Yushati over here, so I'm going to be throwing some axes at him. I'm also going to surround them a little bit later and just try to finish them off real quick. And I'm just going to be pulling back a little bit until I can get all my Synagors and whatnot. I decided these guys have such low stats, so let me go over here and finish them off, then get back to my army. Bringing back the Korx Man Rippers, and I'm going to just, reform before I go and engage this blob over here and do what I can to win here. So over here, they did catch my Synagors, actually. I'm going to be pulling them away and getting a rear charge with these Synagors. Just going to do some good damage here. Yeah, that's looking, yeah, we did pretty good. But I'm not going to stay in there long, obviously, because we won't do well in prolonged combat against Yushati. But they are going to go ahead and crumble. And the same thing with those Skeleton Warriors. So now we're just going to reform and see what we can do about these monsters here. So I'm going to go ahead and speed it up a little bit, because we're just going to have a little bit of tiptoeing as he makes sure this unit goes off the field. And I just kind of reform over here and try to do a little bit of kiting with the Synagors. If I really wanted to win, I should have definitely kited him till all my ammo was out. But you know what? That's not a good show for anybody. So I'm gonna go over here. Once my Korx Man Rippers are in position to actually fight here, I am going to send them in, and we are going to go for the surround charge. All right. So as you can see, I'm gonna pop an enfeebling foe on this guy. Gonna charge in with all my guys. These guys are terrorized off before they even get there. And we're gonna start throwing axes into the Cimmerian War Sphinx. But the Tomb Scorpions are just so good against everything, and the Cimmerian War Sphinx is too. So very good build from Turin. Lots of stuff for your constructs to hide behind. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So that is it, guys. Turin has won. I won the first game, and he won the next 3. Let's go ahead and look at that breakdown. It was a great tournament put on by Shadow Online Gaming, so make sure to check out his channel. And I'm very thankful to that guy for putting it all together, and he's doing a really great job as far as making some really good casting videos of the tournament games. So let's look at some army breakdowns. Now, Kazarek didn't do too much. Yeah, definitely should have gone Morker here. Definitely should have gone Morker. He would have been more tanky. He would have had 2 Chaos Summons. Would have been good. Brace Shaman of Shadows did really good. 152 kills. So did the Sons of Goros and the Synagores. I mean, we got a lot of kills, but it just wasn't enough, because none of those kills were that important. 5 Skeleton Spearmen, plus he had 2 summons. Ushati summon. That was so much disposable things he had in his army that he was able to wither down my army with his big things before I was able to do significant damage to him. And as you can see, the only one that I got past half health was Cimmerian War Sphinx. So, fair and touchable for me. A hard matchup for the Beastmen, though I think they can definitely do it. But a very good game to Turin. I would definitely put him on a higher tier of player than me, though he doesn't say so himself. I think him and Gabo are on another level than me. But I strive to be there one day, and one day I shall. If I can learn how to use my cavalry correctly, right? Right, guys? Just throwing cavalry in bad places. That's all I've done in these games. But anyway, very good game to Turin. Thank you to Shadow. This is JonTaun for Brohammer, signing out, guys. Bye.